Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting comfortable because this is going to be a long video. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I am Star. The message I have is through the movie. I can't say the actual name of the movie, so I'm going to say Chill Bill Volume 1 and 2. Inside the mind of a maniac who falls in love and the kind of love that maniac will give, okay? So Bill is, for those of you that never watched this movie, he is a guy who is an assassin. He has his own, like a group of assassins that work for him. He is well known in that world. He falls in love with Black Mamba is her code name. And he chooses to make her into the female version of himself. So, as an assassin, he has basically been trained his entire life to be this kind of person. And in his mind, it's like love is something that, when you're living that kind of world, and when you're living in that kind of world, love can kind of hinder you. Okay. So instead of him showing her love in a normal way, okay, he gives off this love in a narcissistic kind of way. And he also gives her love in a way of, he feels as though because of who he is, him loving her is him training her to be a very good version of himself. When she finds out that she's pregnant, she decides that she wants to run off to a small town and raise their baby to have a normal life. However, Bill finds out about the wedding, shocking, like appallingly. Okay, he finds out and he pulls up immediately. He calls on several assassins to come through and to flatline everybody at the wedding. And he himself flatlines her, or so he thought, okay? And he basically tells her at the end of the movie that he was in mourning over her for 3 months until he received a call from the hospital letting him know that she survived and the baby survived as well. And he decides to, at that point, go to the hospital, collect the baby. The interesting thing about this point is because he still had this how do I say it? It's like he still had money on her. So there were still assassins coming after her while she was in a hospital. However, every time he found out that one was there trying to take her, when he found out one was there trying to take her out in the sleep, like the song, okay, she was whistling the what is it, the beat to the actual song Chill Bill, okay? When he finds out that she's there, he calls her and tells her that he doesn't want her to go through with what she was going to do. When she wakes from her coma, she goes after everyone who helped Bill ruin her wedding. When she finally gets to Bill, she realizes that her daughter survived, and they act as if they are a normal couple, a normal family, until their daughter goes to sleep. When she wakes up and she walks in a room, she sees that Bill is holding onto her sword, and he hits her with a dart that makes her, like, it's supposed to be a truth serum. And they begin to have a conversation. Then at the end of the movie, he tries to take her out with a sword, but she uses the move that the teacher that he took her to never showed him. Okay. And right after she uses this move on him, I think after or before, he tells her that she's not a bad He tells her that she's not a bad person. In fact, she's his favorite person. And this movie, like, this guy Bill is it's like his mind is just like, to think of the logic that he sees her as his favorite person. His brother was telling her as they were burying her because that he was doing this to her because she broke his brother's heart. And this is someone that, in reality, he is not a good guy. He is like he is not the kind of guy that you would want to raise your child or around your child. However, when she got there, she realized he had been, not only was he taking care of their daughter, but he was raising her in a way, he was teaching her manners. He was trying, like, it's almost like it's like in some kind of crazy way that she softened his heart, but she didn't. It was just, it's just like it's anywho. The next morning, she wakes up in a hotel room with her daughter. And she goes to the restroom. She's in the restroom on the floor crying and mourning of Bill while simultaneously laughing because she is finally with her daughter, okay? And when she got to Bill's house, she did not know that her daughter survived. Nobody told her. She thought that all of these people flatlined her daughter, and that really is what pushed her into such a rage. But because she has her daughter and is free from him sending assassins after her, she is able to smile. She's able to laugh. The scripture comes from Isaiah 64. As when brushwood is set ablaze or fire makes the water boil, thus your name would be made known to your enemies, and the nations would tremble before you. While you wrought awesome deeds we could not hope for, such as they had not heard of from of old. No ear has ever heard, no eye ever seen any God but you doing such deeds for those who wait for him. Would that you might meet us doing right, that we were mindful of you in our ways. Behold, you are angry and we are sinful. All of us have become unclean men. All our good deeds are like polluted rags. We have all withered like leaves, and our guilt carries us away from the wind. So as I'm reading this, I'm kind of thinking about the way that Bill was. So when she arrived, finally she gets to Bill. Okay, finally she gets to Bill. And she is prepared to take him out. And she is greeted by her daughter having a play gun and, shooting her like they're playing pretend. And she is completely like in shock. And, not only in shock at the point that her daughter survived, but she is also in shock that Bill is there. He's being a good father, and he's like, he has this completely different face. And sometimes people can put on a show. People can pretend to be a certain way. They can pretend even though they are the one that caused so much harm. Just like Bill openly told his daughter eventually that he did what he did to her mother. He openly told his daughter this as if it was, and it's, while it is big of him to admit to what he did, it's kind of like, in reality, the entire time when she decided to go in the room and lay down with her daughter, I was thinking, no, you're not going in there without your weapons, because although he's putting on his show, and he's acting as if he cares so much, and he's acting, look at me, rubbing my eye. Okay, she was blind to the fact. And I was thinking the whole time, I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him. I would not trust 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 him, period. The only reason that he was putting on this facade is because the daughter was there. And I just received a notification. That's just like somebody, as soon as the cops are called, now all of a sudden they're acting as if they're so gentle and they're so kind and they can do no wrong. And in reality, it's kind of like, this person, a narcissistic person knows when to act up and when to put on a face. It's like a person that has all this going on. And it just says with the scripture here, would that you might meet us along doing right, that we were mindful of you in our ways. Behold, you are angry and we are sinful. All of us have become like unclean men. All of our good deeds are like polluted rags. God is saying just because someone may be able to fool other people into thinking that they are good does not mean that he has forgotten what they have done to you. And, just because this person could put on this persona, like, he made it seem to his brother, oh, she broke my heart and I don't know what to do. And, you would think logically, if you are in love with someone, just as he told her that she was his favorite person, why would you send people after them to take them out of here? That doesn't make any sense. Just after he decided to send people to flatline her and her entire wedding party, he was in mourning over her for 3 months. And then on top of that, said that he was getting ready to send people after the people he hired to take her out. Where is the logic in that? And that's why God is saying he is still angry. And whoever this person is that, you're watching this video, God is trying to, like, whoever this person is, they are trying to cover up the evil that they have done to you with good deeds. They are trying to cover up the evil that they have done to you with crocodile tears. They want to cover up the evil that they have done to you with all of this nonsense. And that's just like somebody, you are trying to have a meaningful conversation with them. You are trying to come to an understanding with them, but every time y'all talk about whatever happened, they keep trying to twist and turn what happened to fit their narrative so that it perfectly fits what they feel like you should believe. And it's kind of like, I don't have time for somebody that is going to try to talk over me and tell me that my memory is messed up or my memory is wrong. If I can remember things that happened when I was a little girl, I should be able to remember something that happened last week, last month, or last year. Let's be real. And I just feel like there are some people, like God is saying, this is somebody that is trying to cover up the narrative and switch the narrative and turn it around. Just like he was trying to tell her while he was in mourning for her, he was getting ready to send people after the people that he hired. He hired these people. He hired these people. He hired these people. In the memory, he was the one that signaled for them to come in. He is the one that called them. He is the one that wanted them to do that thing. However, he has the audacity to say that he was getting ready to hire some other people to handle those people, because how dare they listen to the orders that he gave them and carry out what he wanted to be done. Because he wasn't expecting the pain. He wasn't expecting this pain, that he would feel this pain, that he will be in mourning, and that he will be sad over this situation. And the logic of this person, God is saying this person is a madman. This is somebody that is mad. This is somebody, their mind is not working normally. They are not able to fully, that I hear God say they cannot regulate their feelings. It's like they cannot. They are not functioning like normal people. Like a normal person would be able to apologize for something that they have done. But this is someone that wants to pretend as if that did not happen. And, in reality, that's fine. If you want to live in La La Land and you want to pretend like it didn't happen, that's fine. Leave me alone. But no, that's not it for them. They want you to also believe that it didn't happen. And they want you to also believe what they're saying is true. And while they can go about, if they want to live their life in such a way and pretend as if they didn't do what they did, or they want to pretend as if what you're saying is not true, or they want to pretend whatever they want to pretend, that is their business. But they cannot force you to accept a lie as reality. And God is saying they cannot force him to accept a lie as reality, because God saw. Okay, we have all withered like leaves, and our guilt carries us away like the wind. God is saying, even when you think about how Bill was reacting to this, Bill was very, he was in mourning, and he wasn't just in mourning at the fact of what happened to her. It was his fault. It was his fault. He really couldn't get mad at anybody but himself. And because he couldn't do anything to hurt himself, he didn't want to do anything to hurt himself, he decided that the best thing for him to do would be to turn on the people that he hired, his own friends. They were doing this for him. And there are some people that have this kind of power. Bill has the kind of power where he has trained so many people and he has worked with so many people that they have no problem helping him do something like this. They are only looking at it from his standpoint and feeling like, oh, she left you, oh, she just deserted you, oh, she broke your heart. That's wrong that she did that she did that to you. I'm being reminded of Andre 3000's part in let me, what's the name of that song? And I know the words, but I'm not trying to go down the whole song. Oh yeah, International Players Anthem. Okay. I know it's keep your heart 3 stacks, keep your heart. Hey, keep your heart 3 stacks, keep your heart. Hey, these girls are smart, 3 stacks. No, that's not the part I was about to say. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay, my partner yelling too soon. Don't do it. Reconsider. Read some literature on the subject. You sure? You know we got your back like Carl Pratt. If she do you dirty, we'll wipe her out as in some detergent. Now hurry, hurry. Gone to the altar. Okay, so this is basically like they are basically telling him like we don't accept your decision. We truly don't feel like you should go ahead and do this. We feel like you're making a big mistake. However, this is what you want to do. And you know we got your back no matter what. So if she ever does something to hurt you or if she ever does anything to break your heart, let us know and we'll take care of her. And that's basically what was happening in this movie, okay? From Bill's point of view, the way that Bill would tell the story from his eyes, he saw it as she left him. And then on top of that, she went to some random place and decided she was going to marry some other guy. And she was pregnant. He didn't know the baby was his. But, you know, this does nothing but it caused him so much rage, so much anger, and so much, it caused him a lot of feelings that he, as who he is, did not want to feel anyways. So I don't know who this is for. You were dealing with somebody dark, 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 evil. Okay? And this person is not used to feeling love. This person does not know how to handle these emotions. This person cannot, like, they mentally don't know what to do with their feelings. And whatever happened in the relationship, they are not going to admit to what they did, period. This is somebody that will not be brought to their knees. Just like Bill is somebody, he is not apologizing for nothing. Bill want all the smoke. All the smoke. All the smoke. He want all the smoke. Even with his daughter being there, he allowed her to put the baby to sleep and then he was ready for all the smoke. So for somebody, this person, whoever this person is, they are never going to apologize. They are never going to fold. They are never going to bend. In their mind, they feel like that would make them weak. Okay, and they already don't like the fact that they have the kind of emotions for you that they have. And God is saying, you, first of all, you need to be careful. Because this is somebody, like I said, this is somebody that have evil, like a mindset. Like I said, for God to compare whoever this person is to Bill, okay, an assassin, okay, you watch out, okay, and this is somebody that has like, that may hang out with other assassins, okay, that like may have the same mindset as old dudes, you know, that Andre 3000 was describing in his song. You know, it's just like, this is somebody that they don't like how they feel about you. 9 out of 10, there's nobody in their little group that feels this way. There's nobody that has felt this way about anybody, and if they did, it's the kind of situation where that person is either mutual or like, it's, how do I say it? Like, I'm kind of thinking about it in a sense like, this is somebody that They only would mess with their own kind. For whoever you are not in this group. You are not like this person. You are like, as you being a child of God, you cannot, you can't take an oath to anything. You cannot join any kind of groups or nothing like that because you already in a group, okay? You already took your oath. You take your oath to God and that's it. God tells us about taking oaths and taking vows, and you have to be careful. The only vows that we are to take are vows that God calls us to do. This is like a marriage vow or a vow to God. Okay, the priesthood vow. Okay, these are the kind of vows that God will accept, but God is not accepting us taking vows to be in any kind of underworld type stuff. And this is somebody that is very well wrapped up into some underworld type stuff. This person is angry with whoever you are because you found something out. You are not accepting it. They are trying to force you to accept it, and you still will not accept it. And this is causing them to experience heartache. This is causing them to experience pain because they cannot. It's kind of, I just feel like this person cannot turn on that vow, and this person cannot admit to what they did wrong. However, at the same time, that don't have nothing to do with you, and that don't have nothing to do with God. Like, if you are in a position to where you are just not going to accept it, and you like that's sure you have all rights to feel that way. You have all rights to feel the way that you feel, and if they feel like they just got to carry on living their life in that way, that is their business. That is their choice. They have all rights to feel how they feel. But what won't happen is this person trying to convince God that you are wrong. They cannot go to God and tell God that, no, this is not what happened and this is really, like, they cannot make God believe that they are right. They cannot force God to believe that they are right. And for some of you, it may be in a position to where you actually do want to reconcile with this person, but God is telling you not to. And God is telling you not to because God is saying, all our good deeds are like polluted rags. We have all withered like leaves, and our guilt carries us away like the wind. God says that this person is guilty. 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 God says he sees them as guilty. All the good deeds that they keep trying to push in your face, or they're trying to do all of these things to try to make it seem as though they are the opposite of what you saw, what you heard, what you know to be true. And God is saying that even if they try to put all this good stuff together, it does not erase all of the bad that they have done. If this person was abusive, this person may be trying to act like they are just so sweet. They just popping up and they got flowers and they got all these gifts and things, and they're doing all of this love bombing in an attempt to make you feel like it's okay and they would never do that again. But God is saying that none of those sins have washed away. Be careful. This is a message of warning for somebody. This person is not sorry for what they did. This person is not meant, they have no intentions of changing. If they had intentions of changing, they would be willing to apologize. If they had any intention of changing, they would be willing to admit their wrongdoing. But if they are sitting around and trying to change the narrative of what happened, and they are sitting around and trying to say, no, what you remember is not true, this is what really happened. If they are trying to speak over you and tell you that you're wrong, and they are more concerned with what other people think about them than how you feel and your relationship actually being patched up, run. God said this person is not going to change. And this is what I was thinking towards the end of the movie when Bill and the daughter were in the house together. And, she was laying down with her daughter. And I was like, so what is she going to do? Because in reality, it's not like it was my first time watching the movie, but I'm going to be real and say I forgot several parts of it, both volumes. But she can't trust him. She cannot trust him. And as much as he made it seem like it was a loving environment and it was a family environment, and he's talking to his daughter, oh, look, it's mommy. Say hi to mommy. Go give mommy a hug. And dot, 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 dot. He was just, it's like Bill had this face. Like he completely changed completely changed his demeanor, okay? From when he's cutthroat to being this loving, caring, sensitive man. And I'm also being reminded of, I don't know if it's a meme, but it's for sure a saying. The person that is the most calm and collective is typically the most dangerous. And Bill was so cool, calm, and collected like he was not concerned with her doing him any harm in front of their daughter. He was not concerned about her coming in there with her famous sword. He was not concerned about her coming in with she busted the door in with her thing pointed at him. And he was like, oh, you got me, laughing, okay? Crazy, okay? No screws at all. No screws at all. And like I said, when she went in the room with her daughter, I was like, girl, you is tripping. No, it's on my hip. I would not be playing with him. I would not be playing with him. Especially the fact that she came in already. And she dropped her guard because she saw that her daughter was alive and well. There is none who calls upon your name, who rouses himself to cling to you. For you have hidden your face from us and have delivered us up to our guilt. Yet, O Lord, you are our Father. We are the clay and you are the potter. We are all the work of your hands. Be not so very angry, Lord. Keep not our guilt forever in mind. Look upon us who are all your people. Your holy cities have become a desert. Zion is a desert, Jerusalem a waste. Our holy and glorious temple, in which our fathers praised you, has been burnt with fire. All that was dear to us is laid waste. Okay, so in this part of the scripture, God is saying that this is a person that, like, they care about you, but their way of caring and showing love is weird. Their way of caring and showing love is strange. Their thought process on what a loving relationship is not normal. Okay? And yeah. So God has pulled you away from this person. God pulls you away from this person because their way of showing love is different. Their way of showing how they feel, like this could be possibly a person that experienced a lot of abuse as a child. This is somebody that experienced a lot of anger and a lot of pain in their friendships. This is somebody that their thought process of having a good friend, their thought process of having someone that they care about, their thought process on how they receive and give love is so construed. It's so strange. It's so weird. This is something that God is not accepting in his kingdom. And because of that, he has pulled you away. Your holy cities have become a desert. Zion is a desert, Jerusalem a waste. Our holy and glorious temple in which our fathers praised you has been burned with fire. Like I said, somebody that experienced child abuse. This is somebody that experienced, they did not experience a normal childhood. Therefore, they grew up different. And as an adult, they are now giving out love different. Can you hold back, O Lord, after all this? Can you remain silent and afflict us so severely? So this is someone that is feeling as if God is not answering them. They may be feeling as though God is ignoring them. And in reality, like I said earlier, this is somebody that is trying to convince God that he doesn't know what he knows and that what actually happened didn't happen. And they trying to convince you that you crazy and you don't know what you talking about. And they just, like, this is somebody that is They want to control the narrative. They want to control what's going on. They want to control everything. And this is how Bill is. He has to have complete control of everything around him. Even when he was making the sandwich, okay, with that huge, I think it's a butcher knife that he was not, I think he was using to scrape the mayo out the jar and scrape the mustard. And he, like, it's just, this is somebody, okay, this is somebody that is not like they like, baby, God says that this is the mind of a maniac. This is somebody that is not really they don't understand the concept of love. They have either they have received very little or no love. Maybe the way they would receive love was in such a way where if they did something good, which was technically something bad, like if they would, that was the only way they would receive any attention, or that was the only way they would receive love. This would be like somebody being like punished for doing good things, like showing love or showing compassion. But when they would do something bad, like, you know how some parents will, if their child has been going through it with another child, they will send that child out there to fight them and reward them for winning the fight or something like that. I just feel like it's something like that. And, you know, it's no offense if you're that kind of parent, and it's no offense if you had to go through that in your childhood. I'm just giving an example. I just feel like this is somebody that received, they received some kind of treat for doing something that wasn't exactly right. Like, it's like they received punishment for things that, that were normal, that were good. This is somebody, like, they may have tried to say things like I love you or I miss you or something like that, and they may have received some kind of harsh response or some kind of harsh treatment. And, you know, for some children, if they are growing up in an environment where they don't receive love from their parents and they don't feel like they're receiving attention from their parents through doing good, they act out in order to receive the attention that they desire. And once they receive that attention, they carry on doing that. I even went to school with somebody that said that whenever he met a new teacher, he would act up in class on purpose so the teacher would know who he was. And then after the teacher recognized him and knew who he was, he would then carry on being his normal self. And his complete attitude would change. He wouldn't act out anymore. He wouldn't do any of the things he did at first. But, you know, I just feel like God is saying this is a coping mechanism for this person. However, when they were a child, it will be little things. But now that they are an adult, it's completely different. This is somebody that God is saying, be careful with this person. Because even when it came to the point that Black Mamba was sitting right across from Bill, he was trying to act like, you know, as soon as she came out and she was like, okay, do you want to talk? And he pulled out his thing and he hit her with a dart. And he was basically telling her, we can talk first and then we can handle that later. What's the rush? And ... It's kind of like she came out the room trying to get a feel of what was going on and what kind of mode he was in, which shows that she already know that he got several different personalities, and he thawed off. And she had to hit him with, so how are you feeling today? Are we friends or are we foes? What's good? And, you know, he let her know, no, we not friends. You already know what it is. Okay. And it's just, I just feel like God is saying for somebody, when there are other people around, this person may try to act as if everything is all good and everything is your fault and they have done nothing wrong. However, in reality, they are the ones that are the culprit. In reality, they are the ones that are messing with you. In reality, they are the ones that are doing all this evil. And when it comes down to it, you do not have to feel as though you are going to be forced to be with somebody that is doing no more than driving you to madness. You don't have to be with somebody that is abusive. You don't have to be with somebody that is habitual cheater and liar and manipulator. Like, I feel like these are all red flags. And this person is trying to use their tactics in order to make you look like you are the bad person. However, here's the thing. Here's the thing, and I'm going to end this video. If this person was so perfect, and if they were so sweet, and they were so loving, and they were so kind, and they were so charming, there will be no reason for you not to want to be around them. It wouldn't make any logical sense as to why you are trying to be separated from them. It would make no sense as to why you did not want to be with them. So then, while they are going about it in a way trying to make you look like you are the one with the problem, and they're trying to make you look like there's something wrong with you, and they're trying to make you look like you are tripping and they have done no wrong, it would make no logical sense for you to decide that you are just going to separate from this person for no reason at all. They are trying to make it seem as though they are trying really hard to make it work with you, or they are trying really hard to get the friendship back together. They are trying really hard to patch everything up, while simultaneously, all you want is an apology. Simultaneously, maybe all you want is them to admit what they did wrong. Maybe all you want is for them to stop doing whatever they have been doing and mistreating you. They don't want to stop. So they are trying to make it seem as though you are making this up. They want to try to make it seem as though you don't know what you're talking about. They want to try to make it seem as though you are like, you have the perfect person, or you have the perfect friend, and everything has been wonderful, and it doesn't make any sense why you're treating them that way. Well, when it comes down to it, how does that make sense logically? Okay, when people are in happy relationships, when people have good friends, and when people are in healthy relationships, there is no need for one of the people to be running away from the other person. Like, people run away from danger. People don't run away from love, okay? Let's be real. Even this person who has a twisted mental ideology of love is running towards you. They are running after you. They are running towards you because they realize that the love that you give is different from the love they may receive from somebody who is inside of whatever, or acts like them, or whatever. They realize it's different. And because they realize it's different, they are running after you. But because of the fact that you realize that the love that they are trying to give you is not real love, it's not genuine love, and it's kind of this wicked, twisted, distorted version of it, you are running away. They are trying to make it seem like you are running away, and it makes no sense. But God says it would make no sense for you to run away from someone who is giving you the kind of love you deserve. And that's the message. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.